Hey guys, this is AgentMindStorm, and as you probably know, they are updating all of the textures for Minecraft on all editions except the discontinued ones. So, today I want to give feedback on 5 textures that I think still need a little bit of tweaking. Now, before we actually get into it, I just want to mention that I adore most of these new textures. At first I hated them, I thought they were pointless. Then I saw the new ones like granite, and the new wood I really like. At first I didn't like the 3D, now I do. The new diamond and gold blocks are beautiful. If you've been against them, please just give them a little while. Play with them on your world for like a little bit. I've got a resource pack in the description for Bedrock Edition that adds them. It will grow on you. I really like most of the new textures, but these ones in this video are the outliers, the ones I don't like, the ones that just still need some work. So, let's get started. This texture is the first one that was ever shown the new texture of, and it's still one that just doesn't seem right to me. Obsidian. There's just something with Obsidian that makes it so difficult to capture in a 2D blocky pixelated form, and I don't know what it is. This new texture is pretty good, but I still think the problem is there's too much detail, there's too much color, there's too much variety in how it looks. It needs to look smooth, like this real Obsidian I have right here. As you can see, this looks very smooth. Maybe just add some like ridges on it, make it look a little shiny. But the problem is, how do you do that? How do you make it look shiny on a 2D surface that you have to see from every angle? The first texture is okay because it's pretty much all one color, and the little bits you can see aren't really that out there, like it looks just solid from a distance. This new Obsidian is very out there, and I just don't like it. I think it needs to be a little more toned down, a little smoother. I don't know, just something needs to change with this new Obsidian texture. Since we're talking about stone, I feel like we should also talk about Bedrock. This has only recently actually changed, but it hasn't been much of an improvement. The original Bedrock texture is actually just really high contrast stone, so I don't think we should even start there. I think Bedrock just needs to be completely redone. I think a good example would be from the Fantasy texture pack, if I'm remembering correctly. I don't know, there's one texture pack where it's very black, dark gray, and it has just a few lines on it. It looks like nothing else, and it also very much tells you, you cannot mine this. Bedrock does the same thing right now, but it's really ugly. I think you could use a much smoother texture and have it just say the exact same thing, but, you know, look nicer in the process. This one is definitely a little nitpicky, but hear me out. I really like pumpkin faces and jack-o'-lantern faces. These, I think, are very much an improvement. But the pumpkin side is not. I think the main reason is, first off, there's just huge chunks of solid color. There's no variation there, which kind of goes against a lot of the other Jappa textures, which are very smoothed, I guess, blurry, anti-aliased, I don't know what it is. Basically, it doesn't really fit in with the rest of the textures, and also, here's the nitpicky part. These lines all face the same direction. Every single line goes to the right. It looks like they're pointing in a direction. It's weird, because in a pumpkin in real life, you can see as a circle goes closer to your face, it's like they're going outward, then facing slightly outward and inward, then facing towards you. They're not all facing to the right all the time, unless you have a really deformed one somehow. Basically, pumpkins just need this line here to be shifted 1 pixel to the left. Literally 1 pixel will fix this texture, and then adding some shading inside those big blocky chunks of orange. Chainmail Armor is kind of a small annoyance because you so rarely see it, but I think it does need to be changed. Funnily enough, this model is such an improvement. It looks so much better than the other older chainmail model because it looks like there's something holding it together. The texture for the held version, on the other hand, does not look as good. It looks very, I don't know, it looks almost like iron armor, you know? It's really close to how iron armor looks. I think there's not enough variation between the quote-unquote holes in the chainmail and the actual chainmail, because if you look at the armor model, it's transparent, but that doesn't translate well to items, so they just make them a different color for where the holes should be. And that works pretty well in the original texture because the actual chainmail is super dark, and then the part that's the airspace is super light. And I think we just need a little bit more contrast there, because here it's so smooth, you can mistake it for iron armor. And that's just a little weird to me. Why does Chainmail Armor look almost the exact same as Iron Armor? In fact, these pixels in the corner look almost exactly like their pixels in that spot on the Iron Armor counterpart. It's kind of ridiculous, and I think it needs a little bit of tweaking. Prismarine has gotten a pretty big change with the texture update, and I'm not sure I like it. The reason that it seems so weird is because look at this ocean monument. Look at all the seagrass and kelp on it. This suggests it's been here for hundreds, thousands of years under the ocean, hiding away, becoming overgrown, and it looks amazing. I love how this looks. What doesn't look so amazing is that when you actually look at the prismarine bricks, the rough prismarine and the dark prismarine, it looks like it was just built today. It is too smooth. It looks like it's all been brand new and made, and it just needs some wear and tear. It needs to look a little bit cracked, a little bit older, like worn down, because this prismarine is too perfect. You can argue that it's a perfect material or whatever, never tarnishes, but then look at the Guardians. The Guardians are tarnishing, so, I mean, that's kind of against you, and they're made of prismarine. So, prismarine bricks, and just all prismarine really, needs to look a little bit more worn out and old. It looks too perfect for how it's supposed to be in the world. It's supposed to be a deep underwater mineral. Well, not really mineral, I guess, a special underwater resource that is found in ancient temples. Not something that you just made yesterday at the store. And, I mean, it does look like that. It looks almost fake how perfect they are. Like it was made of plastic or something. I don't know why. Prismarine just needs to look a little bit more rough, a little bit more torn, a little bit more eroded away. Maybe it can have some chunks missing. I don't know. Prismarine just needs some work. It doesn't look old. It looks too perfect. That's what I'm going to say about Prismarine. Because look at the monument. It looks so old until you go up close, and then it looks brand new. So those are 5 textures that I think need some major changes. Some honorable mentions here are leaves, which I'm still torn on because I really, really like the new leaf direction, but I think they look really repetitive. And then shears, because those 2 little choppers on the front of the shears look a little too big to me. Those are honorable mentions, though. I don't think they really need to be tweaked, but if they did, I wouldn't be too mad. So, yeah, tell me in the comments what textures you think need to be changed, and if you haven't tried them out, try it. Just give it a shot. You will change your mind, I promise. I mean, at least on some of the textures, you've got to agree they look better. There's no way you can tell me that this new, I don't know, diamond block texture, like, look at this thing. It's glorious. How can you tell me that this is better than this? There is no way that you can ever tell me that looks better. Also, like, potions, they're more curvy, I guess, instead of being weird and flat on the bottom. Yeah, everything's been improved. Just give it a shot, and then tell me in the comments what you think of some of the new textures. Are there any that I missed in the video that you think I should have mentioned? And, what ones do you like? Do you disagree with me? Agree with me? Tell me in the comments below. But for now, I do want to tell you all, thanks for watching, and I will see you later.